Hello, my little nugs. Today is a stoner holiday, so in honor of, we are going to be going through a nice, relaxing, and refreshing stretch. It is going to start standing, but we are going to transition soon to seated and lying positions, so you can have a chair nearby or your bed. In general, cannabis makes most activities more enjoyable, and stretching is not excluded from that. In moderate usage, cannabis will actually lead to dopamine release and block pain receptors, which will help you improve your flexibility. Not only that, but partaking in the herb means a better mind-body connection, which is exactly what we need for flexibility. So this is a great time to check in with your body as we stretch to see where you're feeling it and how it feels in general in your body as we move through it. So if you celebrate this holiday, go consume that plant in your favorite way. Even if you don't, you're of course still welcome to join us because this will be nice and juicy for our bodies. No props are going to be needed, but you are welcome to have blocks, a bolster or pillows, or a blanket nearby to make it extra cozy. And of course, don't forget your water. All right, so we are standing at our mat. Let's have our feet at hip width or a little bit wider. Hands face forward by our sides. I want you to think of a nice tall spine. You can close your eyes if you feel safe. We're going to just focus on our breathing briefly. Think of a nice big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose. This time we're going to sigh it out. Good, let's bring our arms overhead. Just having a gentle gap between our hands here. We can lean back a bit. Think of your chest being pulled upwards. Come back to center. Interlace your fingers. Push your palms up. And we slide bend to our right. Come through center. And we side bend to our left. We're going to go again. Slide bend to the right. Come up through center to the left final time. Come up through center. Release your hands forward. Soft bend of the knees. We come into a forward fold. Hand can come to your thighs, the shins, or the floor. If you would like, you can just straighten out your knees here. You do not have to though. Think of your tailbone being pulled up to the sky. Your chest is dropping. You have a soft bend in your elbows wherever you are. We're going to come up into a half lift. So if our hands are to blocks or maybe the floor, we bring them to our legs. We bring our torso up, so we think of a parallel spine to the floor here. Take a nice deep breath. We go back down to our fold. Maybe you can sink a little bit deeper into it. Again, we think tailbone to the sky. We have a soft bend in our elbows, so our chest can draw closer to our legs. We don't have to straighten our knees. We can keep that soft bend in them. We're going to go again for our half lift, so let's trail our hands up to our thighs. Think of a nice neutral spine parallel to the floor. Your core is engaged here. Take another deep breath. On the exhale, we go back to our fold. From this forward fold, I have a couple options. So if I'm using a chair, at my hinge of the chair, I can keep them there. Or if I'm going to be going into a bed, my hands will come to the edge of the bed. If I'm staying to the mat though, our fingers will be nice and wide. Press your palms into the ground. We're going to move into a downward facing dog. So if we're on our mat, our hands may walk forward a bit, but all of us will slowly inch our feet back step by step until we feel we get a nice stretch in the back of the legs. And we maybe are in an inverted V, or if we're to a chair or a bed, or in an L shape, press your torso towards your legs. You can keep a soft bend in your knees if you would like. You're pressing through your finger pads, your knuckles, and your wrists, not just your wrists. Think of your shoulder blades pulling away from your ears, rounding to the sides of your rib cage. Take a nice deep breath here. You can walk out your feet, bending one knee, straightening the other, driving the heel into the ground and switching. Keep it going, or you're staying still in your downward facing dog. Slowly straighten out both your legs as much as you feel comfortable. If you are in a chair or in front of your bed, gently walk forward and come to your bed. If we're on the mat, we slowly let our knees float down to the ground. We can bring our big toes together. Our knees will come wide. Sit your bum back. If you want, you can grab a bolster or some pillows or a blanket here. And we lower our torso down, forehead to the ground, pressing our hands out in front of us. If you're using a bolster or pillows, put them under your belly and gently lay down into it, breathing deeply. Now slowly rise up, bring your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. If you have a bolster or a pillow in the way, we can just gently move it to the side for now. So whether we are on our bed or to the ground here, we have a nice neutral spine and we're going to do our cat-cows. So we like to start with the tailbone, so let's come into our cow. So our tailbone will reach up to the sky. Our belly will drop, but our core is still engaged. Our chest will pull forward, shoulder blades squeeze together, and we look ahead, breathing deeply. And when you start tucking your tailbone in, think of a rippling effect as we round through our spine until our shoulder blades pull apart, chin to your chest. I want you to start moving on your own pace into your cow where we find the arch. I really want you to focus on each vertebra moving separately as we move back into our cat. And I want you to start matching your breath to the movement. So we can think of an inhale, maybe into our cow. And exhale into our cat. Keep it going. We're going to do once more for each. Good. Finding that nice deep arch and a nice round spine. Slowly start to neutralize your spine. And we walk our knees back, hands forward. We're coming on to our bellies into our Sphinx position. So our elbows will be underneath our shoulders here, pushing into our forearms, fingertips nice and wide. We're pushing our hips into the ground, the tops of our feet into the ground as well. And we think of our elbows being pulled back, our shoulders rolling down and back, finding space in our neck, ears away from shoulders, breathing deeply. So we're just going to be holding here for a bit. This is a small back bend. So you can keep your eyes soft, just looking forward, or if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. And we're just focusing on the breath and how you feel in your upper body here. When you feel ready, I'm going to slowly lower my torso down. My left arm here is going to extend straight out in line with my shoulder. My head will look to the right as my right hand plants into the ground underneath my shoulder, and my right knee will bend. From here, I push into my right hand, and my hips lift to the left, gently twisting. I can readjust my hand here, and my right foot is now reaching over. The toes may or may not touch the floor, but we do want to think of this knee opening up behind us. We rest our head down, and we're just going to breathe into this passive pec stretch. Still focusing on breathing deeply and pushing into the hand in front of you. We're going to slowly unravel ourselves. Our knee comes back across. And we're back onto our bellies. We're going to go ahead and switch sides. So my right arm will now extend out in line with the shoulder. My left arm will bend, hand planted underneath my armpit, and my left knee will bend. My gaze will be to my left hand, and I can gently drop my head as I bring my leg back and across my body, trying to reach the ground here. I can close my eyes if I feel comfortable, but I keep on focusing on deep breathing and pushing through the hand in front of me. On your next exhale, we slowly unravel ourselves back to our starting position. We can bring our hands underneath our shoulders here. We'll push up through our chest, lift our hips. We can adjust back into our child's pose with our big toes together, knees wide, bring our torso down. Let's slowly walk ourselves up, swing around. We are going to come seated. So if you're in your bed, just come to the edge of your bed. Or if you want to grab a chair, you can do that here. If you are seated on the mat with me, you can come to a pillow or bolster, and you can sit however you feel most comfortable, whether it's cross-legged, in a diamond shape, heels together, knees apart, or in a narrow V with your legs outstretched, whatever feels best for you. So sitting nice and tall, your hands just gently resting on your legs, we are going to bring one ear to one shoulder, making sure our shoulders are rolled down and back. From here, we're going to roll it forward, chin to chest, to the other side, and we're going to go back like a pendulum. We're going to do these semicircles a few more times. And we're going to slowly end on the side we started on, ear dropping towards the shoulder. So my opposite arm, my left arm, is going to come out and lower down to where I feel a gentle stretch in the side of my neck. I can even flex my hand. And I also have the option of gently swaying the hand back and forth gently. If I want a little bit more support here, I'm going to bring my opposite hand to my head, very gently, just adding a bit of pressure. So we can always kind of pick and choose what we want to add to this stretch, whatever feels best in the moment. I'm going to gently find stillness with my hand, bringing chin down to chest, gently raising your head up. Your hand that was out to the side can either come behind your bum to the chair, or in my case, to a block. Our opposite hand will come to the outside of our knee here. We're going to think of sitting nice and tall. I'm going to take a nice inhale. And we exhale towards the back shoulder. On the inhale, think nice and tall. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Breathing into where you are. Gently untwist yourself, coming back through center. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So let's drop our ear to the shoulder. On the opposite side, we already did. The other hand will come down by our side where we feel a gentle stretch already, but we can always adjust the hand positions, and if we want, we can gently sway our arm. We also have the option of bringing our other hand to our head, gently just resting there, adding a little bit of assistance and support. So we're just going to breathe here for a bit, check in how adding these different elements change the stretch and how it feels. but picking what feels best for you right now. Find some stillness, roll your chin down to your chest, raise your head up slowly. We're going to go into our twist. So again, the hand that's beside us reaches around back behind us. The other hand reaches to the opposite leg. We're going to think of a nice straight spine, and we're going to gently twist, looking over the other shoulder. Take a nice inhale to straighten your spine, and exhale a little deeper. Slowly unravel yourselves, and we are going to come onto our backs here. So I'm going to move this bolster out from underneath me, but if I have some thin pillows or a blanket, I can definitely lay down on that there. All right, so coming onto our backs, I'm going to open my knees nice and wide, heels together. I can even put blocks or pillows underneath my knees to support them a little bit more, but I can just gently rest my hands wherever feels comfortable, and I'm just going to breathe into this, letting gravity pull my knees down a little bit. So let's slowly bring our hands to the outside of our knees, gently pulling them together, planting our feet down to the ground. We're going to do a glute bridge here, so we have the option of our hands by our hips or overhead. We're going to think of tucking our tailbone into our belly button, pressing our lower back into the ground. And we're going to start squeezing our glute muscles, pushing our hips up to the sky. From here, you can think of your knees pushing past your ankles as you push your hips high to the sky. Your chest may puff up a bit, that's okay. Just breathing deeply wherever you are. And remember, we're breathing deeply wherever you are. Try to find stillness in this position as we strengthen our back body and lengthen our front body. We're going to slowly roll down. I want you to think vertebra by vertebra. Your bone is trying to touch the ground last. Good. From here, we're going to move into our happy baby. So we have the option of doing both legs at the same time or one at a time. So if we're doing a half happy baby, we can lift our shoulders up, kick one leg in, grab along the inside or outside of the foot, lower the shoulders down, extend the other leg, and our knee pushes down towards the ground. If we are going to go into a happy baby with both legs, we bring the other leg up. Again, we grab to the inside or outside of the feet, whichever is more comfortable. We lower our shoulders to the ground, pushing them in. Think of your lower back pushing into the ground as well. Your knees are pulling on the outside towards your armpits. We're just breathing here. If you feel comfortable, you can always gently rock side to side. If you were doing a one-legged happy baby, this is a good time to switch sides. We're going to gently release our legs. Knees are going to come together in reverse tabletop. Shins are parallel to the floor and our knees are in line with our thighs here. We can extend our arms out into a T shape or into cactus arms, so elbows in line with shoulder, arms ahead. We're going to drop our knees together to one side. We're going to think of our shoulders grounded, the top knee pushing into the ground. And we can look the opposite direction of where our knees are pointing, breathing deeply. We're going to slowly lift our knees up, back, through center on our backs. We're going to do the other side. So I want you to keep your arms in the same position they were before as we drop our knees down. Again, we're looking the opposite direction of where our knees are pointing. And we're just breathing deeply as both shoulders press into the ground and our top knee presses into the bottom knee. Gently lift your knees back through center, lower them down, extend them out, bring your arms beside your hips, palms up. In this position, if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. I really want you to relax your body into this corpse pose, breathing deeply, thinking about how your body is feeling right now. We're going to take 2 more deep breaths. Slowly, you can open your eyes, wiggle your toes and fingers. Amazing work. Wonderful work today. I hope you're feeling extra relaxed in your body. Drink some water and drop a comment below if you really enjoyed this session. Of course, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on the mat soon again.